A very good evening and a warm welcome to PNB News, coming to you live from the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. I am Omoife Peace Osemere. The headlines: President Tinubu joins world leaders to commiserate with government of the Islamic Republic of Iran. Civil Defense Corps destroy illegal refineries in Rivers State. Nigerian Army sets up peace committee in Plateau State. And in sport, Rivers United succeeds in getting its first win in the rescheduled Nigerian Professional Football League game as Manchester City breaks the record in the English Premier League. Details in a moment. Well, welcome back. President Bola Tinubu has extended his condolences to the government and people of Iran over the passing of President Ibrahim Raisi, Iranian Foreign Minister Hossein Amir Abdollahian, and other officials who died in a helicopter crash. Raisi and 9 others lost their lives on Sunday after the helicopter conveying them crashed due to poor weather in the mountains near the Azerbaijan border. Well, on Monday morning, relief workers located the missing helicopter and identified the president's body and that of the others on board. President Tinubu expressed profound grief over the disturbing tragedy in a statement signed by his spokesperson, Ajuri Ngelale, described President Raisi as a leader who was passionately committed to the development of Iran. Well, on the foreign scene, let's bring you the latest update from Iran. Though the Iranian president and foreign minister are yet to be laid to rest, their temporary successors have already been introduced. Iran's first vice president, Mohammad Muqdar, is expected to assume the presidency as the country gears up for early elections, which is due to take place in the next 50 days. With the death of Hossein Amir Abdollahian, his political deputy, Ali Bagheri Kani, has been appointed to take over, indicating that the overall policy of the Iranian foreign ministry will not change. However, after settling into his position and engaging with both his European and American counterparts, there appears to be increased coordination between the parties. Just last week, news of indirect negotiations between Iran and the U.S. in Oman was confirmed, with Bagheri Kani being the diplomat tasked with representing Tehran's interests. The negotiations, conducted away from the media hype, addressed regional tensions and the issue of Iran's nuclear program. According to reports, these negotiations were expected to continue in Geneva in the coming weeks. Born in Mashdad on the 14th of December 1960, Raisi came from a family that traces its lineage back to Islam's Prophet Muhammad. His father died when he was 5, and Raisi went to the seminary in the holy city of Qom and later rose to the rank of Ayatollah, a high-ranking Shia cleric. Ibrahim Raisi was an Iranian politician who served as the 8th president of Iran from 2021 until his death in 2024. He participated in a protest against the Western-backed Shah, who was toppled in the 1979 revolution that brought into power the theocratic regime under Ayatollah Ruhollah Khomeini. The Chief Prosecutor of International Criminal Court (ICC), Karim Khan, has applied for arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Hamas's leader in Gaza, Yahya Sinwar, for war crimes. Mr. Khan said there were reasonable grounds to believe that both men bore criminal responsibility for war crimes and crimes against humanity from the day of the Hamas attack on Israel on the 7th of October onwards. Israeli Defense Minister Yoav Gallant and Hamas's political leader Ismail Haniyeh, along with the group's military chief Mohammed Deif, are also wanted for arrest. ICC judges will now decide whether they believe the evidence is sufficient to issue arrest warrants, something which could take weeks or months. Israel's Foreign Minister Israel Katz called the move by Mr. Khan an unrestrained frontal assault on the victims of the 7th of October attacks and had a historical disgrace that will be remembered forever. Senior Hamas official Sami Abu Zuri told Reuters that seeking arrest warrant for 3 Hamas leaders equates the victim with the executioner. He also claimed the decision encouraged Israel to continue what he called its war on extermination. Coming back now to Nigeria's environmental protection awareness reaches Nigerian grassroots. Residents of Gidan Bubu village in Wamako local government of Sokoto state have staged a peaceful demonstration against a daily soil excavation causing serious damage on their roads. Correspondent Musa Yusuf Zaina filed in this report.
The protesters mainly used barricaded the main road to the soil excavation site in the area. In an interview with P&B News, some residents of the area voiced out their grievances.
We will
not allow tipper drivers to continue using the road because the road linking our villages were already damaged due to daily soil excavation. We appeal to the authorities concerned to come to our aid by rehabilitating the road for us to have easy access to our villages and transport our farm products as well. Also commenting, the village head of Gidan Bubu revealed that the road is in terrible condition. We are calling on the state government to fulfill its promise to rehabilitate the only road linking over 20 villages. Our people, mainly farmers, are seriously facing transportation problems before reaching the main road to Sokoto. Abu Ila Mai Tipa is the secretary Sokoto Tipa Association.
Sannan an dauki alƙawarin za a dauki tihohi na duci duk inda rame shi ke bisa ga hanyar nan a tabbatar da an zuba sannan a maida tsakuwa sama.
He said arrangement has been made to repair the road. We are aware about the shamble condition of the road, but very soon you will see it on ground. Gedambubu village is just about 10 kilometers from Sokoto, but it takes several hours before reaching the nearby villages due to the poor condition of the road. Musa Yusuf Sayina, PNB News in Sokoto.
Many thanks, Musa, for that report. Now let's head on to Plateau State, and as part of efforts to find a lasting solution to the unending killings in Basa local government area of the state, the Nigerian Army has inaugurated a 17-man peace implementation committee. PNB TV correspondent Jabila Haruna Garba quotes the general officer commanding 3 Division Nigerian Army and Commander Operation Safe Haven OPSH, Major General Abdusalami Abubakar, saying that the effort is coming in the wake of the latest attack on herders in Mayanga community of Kwal, a district in Basa local government area, where 2 herders and over 200 cattle were killed. The report.
The committee, which was inaugurated on Wednesday at the headquarters of 3 Division Maswa Kobi Cantonment, Jos, is chaired by Musa Audu from Irigwe community and co-chaired by Adam Yakub from Fulani community. Speaking during the inauguration, General Abubakar disclosed that the committee was set up to replace the earlier one established by the traditional ruler of Irigwe land, the Bra Irigwe, following what he describes as its failure to prevent further attacks in the area. He noted that their relaxation in implementing peace processes was what led to resurgence of attacks in the area.
The committee is essentially to implement the modalities put in place to achieve lasting peace in the Irigwe land and the entire Basa local government area as well as the environment. We don't want any reversals, and I am confident that the committee members will approach their assignments with dedication, diligence, impartiality, as well as transparency. You are all my sheriff in all the communities that you represent, and you must act as such. Do not be partisan. You must note that the success of this critical task will determine the future of peace in Basa local government area. I thus implore you to engage in robust consultation, dialogue, and mediation to ensure all
Plateau State Governor Caleb Muftuan, represented by the Commissioner for Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs Ephraim Usman, urged both communities to embrace peace, assuring of their readiness to provide them with the support needed to achieve lasting peace in the area.
Again, this time around, inaugurating a committee that is saddled with the responsibility of either we stay in peace with each other, or the committee, if you don't put your heads together, instead of making peace, we may end up in disarray, which we don't pray for that. Permit me to tell you congratulations. Congratulations in the sense that you have a peculiar task.
Earlier, the chairman of the committee, Musa Audu, stressed the need for all stakeholders to give the committee maximum support and cooperation to enable it achieve predetermined goals.
Standing here, appreciate this work given to us. It's a big task. When I was informed that I would be among this committee, I have to kneel down and pray. Say, God, I've never chosen myself to be among this committee. But the only thing I need wisdom. Because in handling human beings, God give us ability to stand whatever critics that
The constitution of this new committee is expected to provide solutions to the problem between herders and farmers in Basa General Area within a short period of time. Jamila Haruna, TV News, Jos.
Jamila Haruna Garga there with that report. Now let's shift focus to some political matters as the political crisis in Zamfara State, All Progressives Congress took a new turn. This followed the ratification and affirmation of the suspension of Aminu Sani Jaji by the state branch of the party after the recommendation of a state party disciplinary committee. In a counter move, 23 out of 27 party executives of Brenin Magaji ward of the party have rejected the suspension. They unanimously resolved to collect signatures for the suspension of a state party secretary, Gado Soni, a Brenin Magaji local government party chairman, among others from the party. The 27 executives of Brenin Magaji ward stated this in a press conference held in Brenin Magaji town in Zamfara State. Abdullahi Abdurrahman Chakwa completes the story.
Addressing the journalists, the state party publicity secretary Malam Yusuf Idris Gusau said the Birnin Magaji ward and local government APC executive at country home of federal lawmaker representing Kaura Birnin Magaji Federal constituency, Honorable Aminu Sani Jaji, has forwarded letters of suspension of the lawmaker to the state party headquarters, notifying the party leadership their resolution of suspending the lawmaker by the APC Executive Committee, Birnin Magaji wards.
And the letter is being signed by the party chairman of the Birnin Magaji local government and coded attached with resolutions of his council members from the Birnin Magaji local government ward. We are also in receipt of the attached letter from the Birnin Magaji ward, where Honorable Aminu Sani Jaji has their resolution, which was signed by Alhaji Bello Lawali Nizugala, who is the ward chairman, and the Salmanu Umar Sania, who is the secretary of the ward.
Malam Yusuf Idris Gusau pointed out that the state APC Executive Committee resolved and approved the suspension of Honorable Aminu Sani Jaji from the party based on the recommendation of the State 7-man Disciplinary Committee of All Progressive Congress APC, and all this followed after an emergency meeting that affirmed the action taken by the ward and local government party executive of Birnin Magaji local government area for the lawmaker to be suspended, alleged to be partaking in anti-party activities and factionalizing of the party, disunity, disrespect to the party leadership, among others.
It may interest you to note that The findings of that committee as contained in its report dated 15 July 2023 equally fingered Honorable Aminu Sani Jaji and his direct involvement in anti-party activities and recommended for his immediate suspension from the party, pending review and deliberation by the State Disciplinary Committee and subsequent ratification by the State Executive Committee. The 7-member Disciplinary State Committee also recommended his suspension from the party, having come to appear before the committee despite several invitations given to him. Now the State Executive Committee has reviewed the earlier findings made by the State Disciplinary Committee and agreed with his recommendation and resolved to suspend him based on the findings as a copy of the fact-finding Disciplinary Committee reports dated 15 July 2023.
The political processes of suspending elected party officer in respect of Honorable Aminu Sani Jaji, representing Kauranamo the Binumagaji Prayer constituency at the National Assembly, was said to have been completed at the state level and now awaiting for ratification and affirmation of the national party leadership under Abdullahi Umar Ganduje, which was already tabled before him. Abdullahi Abdurrahman Chaka reporting from Gusau, Zamfara State.
Chakwa, thank you for that report. To other matters, the Federal High Court sitting in Abuja on Monday dismissed a fresh bail application for the detained leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, pending the determination of the treasonable felony charge the federal government preferred against him. In the ruling, the trial judge, Justice Binta Yako, said it reserved the right to exercise its discretion in favor of the defendant, whom it said jumped the bail it earlier granted him. Justice Yako noted that those who stood surety for the defendant had, after the escape, he escaped from the country, approached the court and applied to be discharged from the case. She heard that the sureties in the applications claimed that they were not aware of the whereabouts of the defendant, a situation that forced the court to order the forfeiture of their 100 million naira bail bonds. The only option available to him was to take the matter before the appellate court. Likewise, the court refused Kanu's request to be either transferred to prison custody or placed under house arrest. However, it ordered the Department of State Services, DSS, to always grant Kanu access to his team of lawyers, not exceeding 5 persons on every visiting day. The Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) Commandant General's Special Intelligence Squad has demolished an illegal commander of the Special Intelligence Squad, Dandora Apollos, credited the success to reliable intelligence, indicating the suspect had vandalized the multinational company's wellhead. The suspect reportedly used galvanized metal pipes and large hoses to siphon and locally process crude oil. In a statement, NSCDC spokesman Babawale Afolabi detailed the swift response to the tip-off, which led to the identification of several sites with extensive illegal refining operations. At the crime scene, authorities found reservoirs cemented with a trampoline and filled with approximately 100,000 liters of crude oil. From Nigeria now, let's talk sports. Gets first win of its rescheduled NPFL game as Manchester City breaks record in the EPL. For details of these and more, let's join Real One Musa Gau, who's standing by.
Ahead of the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying games, the African Soccer Governing Body (CAF) has announced the venue and kick-off for the Cheetah of Benin and Nigerian Super Eagles clash. Benin Republic will host Nigeria in March Day 4 of the qualification, and the CAF on Sunday announced Felix Ohobot Boni Stadium Abidjan as the venue. The Football Apex body further stated that the game will come up on the 10th of June by 5 p.m. Nigerian time. Benin Football Association decided to host the game in Ivory Coast after National Stadium Benin failed to get CAF approval. All is now set for the official recognition of the best actors in the 2024 Nigerian Women Football League Pro Premiership season season in an elaborated award ceremony tagged 2024 Nigeria Women Football Awards. According to the organizers, the award ceremony will take place on Thursday, the 23rd of May 2024 in Bayelsa State capital, Yenagoa, the venue of the ongoing 2024 NWFL Premiership Championship playoff. The highlight of the day will be crowning of the best player in the season, as the player of the season will be awarded. We now glance through Europe, where Manchester City are now champions of the English Premier League for the fourth time in a row. Manchester City's domination of the domestic game is now so all-consuming that historic fourth successive Premier League title is treated like an inevitable matter of routine. City went into the final game of the season ahead with a sixth time in 7 seasons and needly only a win over West Ham United to lift the crown once more. In doing so, Pep Guardiola and conquering team once again proved that they are the great untouchable of the English Premier League as they beat arch rivals West Ham United 3-1. According to bookers, it has been one of the greatest title races in English football as seen, with the season's Premier League decided on the final day for just 10 times in the history of the Premier League. Manchester City, Arsenal and Liverpool fought over top spots before Jurgen Klopp's red fell off this pace in the closing hours. On the transfer scene, Manchester United at least won 75% of the £75 million they paid to Borussia Dortmund for England winger Jadon Sancho, who would need to take a cut in around £275,000 a week wages if the Bundesliga club completes a deal to resign him. That's all on Sport News.
Coming up next is the weather report. End of the news tonight, but just before I go, a recap of the news. You heard that President Bola Tinubu has joined the world leaders to commiserate with government of the Islamic Republic of Iran. This followed the demise of the Iranian President Ibrahim Raisi and his foreign minister Hussein Amir Abdullahian in a helicopter crash. You heard the story that in Plateau State, the Nigerian Army has set up a 17-member peace committee to tackle the incessant killings in Bassa local government area of the state as part of efforts to maintain peace, law and order. We told you that the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Commandant General Special Task